Naruto, are you already asleep? Of course you are. It's been a long and exhausting mission. Feels like we've had a lot of these lately. You know, despite everything that's happened, I bet you've never even had a bad night's sleep a day in your life. But you've always been that way, haven't you? Even when we've had to sleep outside on the ground like this. You're fierce. And you're determined, and you protect the people that you love, and you love the people you should hate. I suppose there's nothing to keep you awake. You've always had this innate ability to just know that everything's going to turn out all right. You just believe it. You always have. And you make others believe with you. Or you beat them down until they do. I, on the other hand, am riddled with regret. And if I'm being completely honest, fear. My past haunts me to no end, and I fear I may have ruined the future. I'm terrified of losing the people I love. I'm terrified that no matter how powerful I may have become, that I'll never be able to protect them. But the thing I'm most afraid of is me. I've spent most of my time alone, and I'm still terrified of making the wrong choices. I'm afraid that I've ruined any chance at any relationship with my daughter. I still struggle to even think of myself as a father, because I haven't been. I'm glad she has you, Naruto. I'm glad they all do. I'm no longer angry all the time. And I'm still learning how to express any other emotion. I feel them. I don't know how to shut off my indifference. I'm not indifferent. I care. Deeply. Maybe too deeply. I suppose I'm much like Kakashi in that respect. But maybe he's braver than I am. Maybe I'm just such a coward that I won't ever be able to truly let go of that darkness. It's like a comforting blanket that I can never let go of. Even though it's cold and it's wet, I still cling to it. How did he let go of all that? How did you? And what's so wrong with me that I can't? Especially with all of the good things I have in my life. I'm surrounded by beauty. So why am I still like this? All those times you came after me and I just ran away. I don't know if I ever would have done that for you had our roles been reversed. I'm not sure I'd do it now. I want to. But something dark would stop me. It would tell me to give you your space. It would tell me to let you have your revenge. Let you be angry. Let your hatred consume you so that you could be stronger for it. I would want to help you. But I don't have the light for that. I'll never be like you. But you make me want to try. I'm sorry for fighting with you. That time on the roof, I was such a petulant little brat, throwing a tantrum because I'd always thought of myself as some kind of prodigy and put myself so high above you. But I wasn't, and it drove me crazy. I don't know why I did. And it's not true that I only spared your life on a whim. I was just trying to sound detached and, well, maybe a little cool. I never wanted to kill you. I never even wanted to hurt you. I just knew that you wouldn't let me go if I didn't. One of us was going to end up in the hospital after that fight. I couldn't let it be me. And then that fight after the war. We were both a bit foolish that day. But you know, you already had my respect. I wanted to make sure that I had yours too. I wanted you to see that my time away from the village wasn't a complete waste. Now, looking back now, of course, I no longer believe that. I should have let love guide and motivate me, not hatred. You were the first light in my life. Even though I kept trying to shut you off, I tried so hard to blow your flame out, but you just light it again. And then you'd make it bigger. And every time I'd get more and more angry, furious. You'd match my darkness with your light until finally I couldn't extinguish your fire. Everything suddenly stopped feeling so cold and empty. It was like I looked up one day and finally saw how full my heart was. And the warmth just washed over me. You pulled me from my darkness even when I didn't want you to. I'm not sure where I'd be if you hadn't. Probably trying to burn the world to the ground. I would love to just put my past behind me entirely and be the person I want to be. Not just for me, but for Sakura and Sarada. Even for you and Kakashi. To say thank you. To say I'm sorry. To say I love you. I can't be too sure. It's all still so unfamiliar and new to me. But I'd like to think that I am motivated by love and light now. And, well, I know you're asleep, but I guess all I mean to say is thanks, loser.